In a previous video, we looked at some of the most heavily guarded people in the world. The President of the United States, for obvious reasons, was on that list. Travel is a huge part of the job for any head of state, and the US President is no exception. But what happens after American presidents leave office and they no longer have Air Force One or the Marine One helicopter to shuttle them around? Well, for today's video, let's take a look at the current travel habits of former US presidents. Let's first begin with the most recent former president, Donald J. Trump. President Trump left amid huge turmoil and controversy in January 2021, and for the past few years, the man has not been flying regular commercial flights. We know that Trump still has his own private Boeing 757. While Trump was in the White House, this particular aircraft sat dormant at an airport in New York. The aircraft, which is registered as N757AF, will likely be the preferred mode of transportation for the Trump family. The Trump Organization's website describes the aircraft like this. The crown jewel in the Trump fleet is the custom Boeing 757, one of the most famous private jets in the world. The aircraft is powered by Rolls-Royce engines and can fly up to 8 hours uninterrupted within a 3,000-mile range. The Trump 757 has been entirely customized and features Italian leather seats embroidered with the Trump family crest, 24-karat gold-plated accents, 2 private guest rooms, 3 bathrooms, dining and conference areas, and an extensive entertainment system that rivals any private theater. The Trump 757 has been featured on the world stage, crossing virtually every inch of the country and beyond. On that same webpage, we see that the Trump Organization has a few more aircraft in its collection. As part of the Trump Organization's aviation department, the company owns a fleet of Sikorsky S-76 helicopters. The helicopters serve as an exclusive amenity for the organization's executives, members, and VIP guests. We imagine that Trump would also have access to these aircraft if he so desired. Each helicopter is outfitted with high-end comfortable interiors, refreshment centers, and live map displays. Each helicopter is painted in a signature black, white, and red design, complemented by the Trump Aviation logo on the exterior. And finally, the Trump Organization fleet is said to have a Cessna Citation. As described on the organization's website, this high-speed jet is often referred to as a rocket in the sky, flying at speeds up to Mach 0.92 and altitudes as high as 51,000 feet. It is one of the fastest in the world and allows for entry into smaller airports. The interior seats 9 passengers comfortably and is outfitted with top-of-the-line interiors. The signature Trump crest is featured prominently on the exterior, adding an even higher level of luxury and beauty to this magnificent aircraft. Let's move on to the president before Trump, Barack Obama. When the Obama family flew for the first time without Air Force One, the website The Points Guy described it as a luxe private experience. Former First Lady Michelle Obama was seen boarding Sir Richard Branson's Falcon 900EX jet in Palm Springs, California, on the way to a Necker Island getaway in the British Virgin Islands. In 2018, it was reported by the website Citizen.digital that Obama flew a luxurious aircraft for a trip to Kenya. The jet was one of many owned by Swiss company VistaJet, a global business aviation company that flies government, corporate, and moneyed private clients. VistaJet has a fleet of over 70 aircrafts worldwide, and so we don't know exactly which aircraft Obama flew for that particular trip. Nonetheless, it's reported that the VistaJet cabin crew are trained by the British Butler Institute. Catering to the rich and famous, these cabin crew are taught to discreetly keep tabs on each customer and update their files with details of their preferences. American business magazine Fast Company reports that food and drink options on the aircraft include VistaJet's own branded caviar, a Nobu menu, and renowned mixologist Simone Caporale's global-inspired cocktail collection. VistaJet also apparently has a sleep preparation program where clients receive special pajamas and relaxing herbal teas prior to resting on Egyptian cotton linens, feather duvets, and cashmere blankets. VistaJet's private business jets have a custom aircraft fragrance designed by perfumier Le Labo. The aircraft interior features Italian wood and leather finishing. Unfortunately, we don't have too many more stories about President Obama's travels beyond that. Going further back, former President George W. Bush has had a few private jet incidents since leaving office. There was one emergency landing in 2013 after smoke was reported on board. The aircraft was reported to be a Gulfstream 4. AirCharterService.com notes that the Gulfstream 4 came onto the scene in 1987 and has a range of 4,584 miles, which is capable of making transatlantic journeys with a maximum cruise speed of 509 miles per hour. There are a variety of configurations available on the Gulfstream 4. It can accommodate up to 19 passengers, although most are configured to seat a maximum of 14. Despite its age, the Gulfstream 4 provides a luxurious and flexible option for business and large parties needing to fly long distances in quick time. A lavatory is usually located at the back of the jet, although many G4s also include a separate crew lavatory at the front. There is space for a full-service galley with a microwave, 2 coffee makers and a fridge to prepare refreshments, which may be situated at the front or the rear of the aircraft depending on the configuration. George W. also received some bad publicity after he accepted a $20,000 private jet flight to Houston and a $100,000 speaking fee in order to attend a veterans event. The specific aircraft was not specified in that story. Because of security details, all presidents and spouses are entitled to lifetime Secret Service protection, while children of presidents are protected up to the age of 16. Because of the strict security considerations, flying commercial usually isn't viable. Also, considering the inconvenience a president's appearance would cause at a public airport terminal, it's probably beneficial for all of us that they don't fly commercial. But there is one former president who is known to fly commercial, President Jimmy Carter and his wife Rosalynn. The pair were documented traveling on a commercial Delta flight from Atlanta to Washington, D.C. for former President Trump's inauguration. Travel for former presidents and no more than 2 of their designated staff is actually covered by taxpayer dollars, thanks to the Former Presidents Act, or FPA, of 1958. In 1969, the General Services Administration, or GSA, took control of determining the travel costs and capped expenses to $1 million per president and $500,000 per president's spouse. In order for travel to be funded by the GSA, travel needs to be related to a function dealing with their capacity as a former president, and so leisure travel does not make the cut.